Well, hi, and welcome to unit number 5 for the Introduction to Interpretation course. You're moving along really quite nicely. This unit is on the model of interpretation, and as you look at the Unit 5 materials that I sent you, there's the model of interpretation. The readings also have the model in it as well, and I've also attached a couple of other articles really kind of go into parts of the model of interpretation in more detail, particularly the article on themes and objectives. That's an important one for you to have. So essentially the way I use that model for planning everything. Essentially the way it works, if we start with the yellow boxes, is what's the mission of your organization and what are the objectives that you want your interpretation to accomplish? And those are learning objectives, behavioral objectives, and emotional objectives. So behavioral objective is like for people to not litter. An emotional objective is to have people value conservation programs and activities. And then the other box is of course on your theme and your story. What's the main theme that you want to interpret? And then below that are visitor analysis. Who's your audience? Where are they coming from? What topics do they want? Why do you think they're attending your program? Or why are they coming to look at your exhibits? What's in it for them? What are they trying to get out of it? And then from that, we then select the correct media. So the correct media might be a live program. It might be a guided walk. It might be cell phone interpretation. It might be exhibit panels on the outside. It might be developing a demonstration area. Like a demonstration that shows how solar power works, might be exhibits. And then the implementation section. If you want to do exhibits or if you want to do panels, what are they going to cost? Who's going to do them for you? How long is it going to take to have that program implemented? If it's implementing a guided walk, the implementation might be easier. It's figuring out the location. It's advertising the program, is having any teaching aids or materials you want to have with you for the program. Then the next box is on evaluation. We'd like to know, is it going to work or did it work? My father was a carpenter and he always told me, John, you got to measure twice and then cut once. So that's what evaluation is finding out if the program works. So we like to pre-test exhibits, we like to pre-test interpretive panels, things like that. The box that says the interpreter, that's you. We each have our own way of doing things. I don't want you to interpret like I interpret. I want you to interpret like you interpret, which is why we give you guidelines. And you use your own personality and your own interest and your own sense of humor, your own knowledge to plan and design and present the program, but the program has your thumbprint on it. It's your program. I'm just giving you guidelines. Managerial realities. These are things that you might not be able to have anything to any control over, such as what's it going to cost? Where is the money going to come from? How long does it take to write a contract? How long will it take for advertising to get into a newspaper? So all the things that, does your agency support your idea? Does your manager support your idea? Or are you being told you have to give a program, whether you want to or not, on a certain kind of topic because your manager or your boss might like that topic? So those are all what we call managerial realities, things that you might not have a lot of control over. So we put those all together and that becomes the model of interpretation, the model of how we plan every program, every exhibit, every activity. So your job is, using the model of interpretation, tell me how you would use that model in planning out a program or a guided walk or an exhibit. It could be one that you have planned and just show me how the program that you offered, how each of the parts of the model you used, or use the model to plan something new. Again, we want you to be comfortable in using that model all the time, because no matter what kind of program you do between now and the time you're 105, we use the same planning process. We ask the same questions, we just get different answers. So have fun working on the model of interpretation. Send it to me as an email attachment as you've done in the past, and then I'll meet you for unit number 6. Have a good one.